much time. Daniel being put over us, if we allow it to stand, means our demise. Once he is in charge, he'll be looking into everything we do.
Such a man is dangerous. How long before he learns that we've been generous with ourselves and covered the thefts with false accounts?
We'll never be able to find any basis for charges against him unless it has something to do with that god of his.
That invisible god of his. No altars, no shrines, no idols, laying claim to every good thing, yet somehow not responsible for the bad.
I've seen him, praying before his window, on his knees, facing Jerusalem, morning, noon, and night, always the same.
Then perhaps we need to make him stop.
He won't do it.
Then perhaps we need to make sure he continues. You say there is nothing anyone can do to stop his prayers?
No, nothing.
What if the penalty for this devotion of his was death? If we could forbid his prayers for an entire month, under penalty of immediate execution?
Don't be ridiculous, he'll just stop praying.
No, he won't. I know him. He can't keep himself from praying to that god of his for one day, let alone a month.
Well, I still don't see how it'll ever work. The king knows that Daniel and his people pray continuously, and only to one god.
Which is why we need to disguise our purpose.
O king, it has come to our attention that there are those among your subjects who still cling to the old gods of Babylon, in the hopes that their line of kings may yet be restored.
And have not submitted to your rule.
Who are they? That I may bring them before me and destroy them.
It is not that simple of a matter to detect them, O king, for they are devious and work to hide their treasonous thoughts.
And have you come before me without a plan for discovering them?
We would dare not do so, O king. Indeed, we have labored to construct a plan whereby the loyalty of all may be tested.
Then speak of it.
If, O king, you were to issue an edict that none in Babylon, nor anywhere in the Empire, may pray to anyone, be it to God or man, except to you for a period of 30 days.
But what of the gods of Persia whom I serve and obey?
Well, you alone, O king, would be free to pray to them and offer them sacrifice.
You would stand as a priest before all the peoples, and in this way ingratiate yourself to the gods themselves, because for an entire month, all of their worship would come from you.
Thus, their worship will continue through you, and the old gods of Babylon will be starved for worship, lessening their power.
How would you enforce such an edict?
No one would be allowed to go before any altar or shrine for the entire period, except for you.
And anyone found violating the decree would be thrown into the lion's den before sundown on the very day of the offense.
In this way, their treason would be discovered and eliminated
in a single stroke.
I approve your plan. I, Darius, command it be made so.
In anticipation of your approval, O king, we have taken the liberty of drafting the edict and bringing it along.
Well done. Bring it here that I may fix my seal. Let all the world hear and obey.
Daniel, the king's seal is barely dry.
Already you have defied his law. You made your choice.
You chose your god over your king.
Take him away! O king, it is my sad duty to inform you that someone has already defied your decree.
Bring him to me.
Bring forth the prisoner!
Daniel, he is one of the exiles from Judah. He pays no attention to you, O king, or to the decree you have put in writing. He still prays 3 times a day.
What sort of foolishness is this? Daniel's my chief advisor.
No one is above the law.
Yes, sadly, O king, no one is above the law. Bring forth the tablet.
Is this not the edict from the king, signed with your own seal? Let it be known that for the next 30 days, anyone who prays to any god or man other than Darius the king shall be thrown into the lion's den on the same day the offense is discovered. By my hand and seal, Darius the king, ruler of the Medes and Persians.
Goodbye, my friend.
Farewell, but perhaps not goodbye. We have yet to see what the dawn will bring. Hear, O Israel, Lord our God. The Lord is one.
He is angry with us.
It will fade. By tomorrow morning, Daniel will be a distant memory, and the king will need us again.
God, have mercy on me. In you my soul takes refuge. I am in the midst of lions, surrounded by ravenous beasts, whose teeth are spears, whose tongues are sharp as swords. I call upon your name, O Lord. From the depths of the pit, hear my plea. Come near, you say, do not fear. O Lord, take up my case. Redeem my life.
A divine plan, my friend.
A toast to the lions who show no partiality to a Hebrew over any other man.
Extol the Lord at all times. His praise be ever on my lips. But those who seek the Lord will lack for no good thing. A righteous man may have many troubles, but the Lord rescues him from them all. You have rescued me from the mouth of lions, and I will declare your name to my brothers in the congregation. I will praise you.
Out of my way! Daniel, servant of the living God. Has your God been able to save you?
O King, live forever. My God has sent his angel, and he shut the mouth of the lions. They have not hurt me, because I was found innocent in his sight.
Come forth. Behold, there is no sign of wound on him, for he has trusted in his God. Surely your God is above all men, for while you were in the lion's den, you were in his hand. How much must the man pay if he steals another man's treasure? With his hands, perhaps. But what if that man who is robbed is the king, and the treasure is prized possession? Is there any penalty less than death which will do? If so, speak now and let me consider it.
But, O king, he is a Hebrew. Why should you put such trust in him?
This Hebrew is the greatest treasure I possess. He speaks to his God, and more importantly, his God speaks to him. You have deceived me as to your purpose. You fashioned my own words as a snare about my feet, knowing my edict could not be reversed. But the living God, the God of Daniel, has delivered him out of my hand. For 6 days they have hungered, but today they shall feed.
No, 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 please!
Please, my king, please. You fools, did you not think I would punish you?
No, my king.
They have spread a net for my feet. I was bowed down in distress. They have dug a pit in my path, but they have fallen into it themselves.
I, Darius, issue a decree that in every part of my kingdom people must fear and reverence the God of Daniel. For he is the living God, and he endures forever. His kingdom will not be destroyed. His dominion will never end. He rescues and he saves. He performs signs and wonders in the heavens and on the earth. He has rescued Daniel from the power of the lions.
The book of Daniel in chapter 12, verse 4 says that the meaning of his prophecies would not be truly understood until the end times. And God is allowing us to see and understand things like this. Why? Because he wants us to be ready. He wants us to have full confidence in who he is. Because there is something coming into the world that will greatly test the faith of people. And God wants for the faith of his children to be rock solid. And nothing builds faith like prophecy.